Right, guys, it's Nick with CPF Boxing. If I seem out of breath, it's because I am, because I've been chasing our fucking French bulldog around the house. My missus has gone away, and I think he's just been naughty. He's doing my head in today. He's just been barking at the snake. I've tied him up somewhere. If he starts barking, just ignore it. I'll shut the door if I have to. It's a sad day for boxing, unfortunately, so I'm going to do a longer video today because I've not really done a video for you in like a week or something. Last one I did was Mike Tyson, Tank Davis, Jake Paul, which, like, who cares, but I thought it was worth mentioning. Yeah, quite sad today. So Ricky Hatton's died. Okay. I thought Ricky Hatton was older than 46. So there are many things that are tragic about this. He's 46, so he's 3 years older than me. So I don't consider myself an old man. I'm getting older, but I'm an old man. Hopefully I've got a lot more life to live. Who knows? You never know when you're going to check out. It don't want to sound depressing. It could be tomorrow. You could have another 20, 30, 40, 50 years. You might live to your 103 or whatever and have the Queen sending you a fucking telegram or something. He was 46. So with Ricky Hatton, like, obviously he's had a very good career and he's been a very good boxer, but he was one of these people that was larger than life. So he's obviously a very personable guy. I know he had his Hatton Academy thing. You could do qualifications with him. He was really into his coaching. His son was a boxer up until recently. I think a few weeks ago, his son thought, fuck it. I don't know the full situation, but I'm sure his dad just said to him, if you're not happy doing it, go and do something else. So he's fitting solar panels or something. And do you know what? If he's happy doing that, all power to him. Essentially, if you're happy in your work, that's half the battle in life, isn't it? But he's had some stuff going on, and he's left a legacy in boxing. We all know that he fought some of the big dogs like Mayweather, Pacquiao. I think Costa Zoo was a big win. Although I didn't watch that fight live on TV, so I'm not going to make out I watched all these fights because I haven't. I've watched quite a few of them. I'm well aware of who he is. If you're a casual fan of boxing or a hardcore fan of boxing, you will know who Ricky Hatton is. So he's died, unfortunately. It's quite sad, actually. I'm probably going to make myself sound like a psychopath, but usually when celebrities or people die, I'm like, people I don't know so well, I'm like, oh, that's sad. But it doesn't like faze me or bother me too much because I like to think they wouldn't want me spending my time moping around about it. And also, like, hopefully they've had a good life. And I don't know, it's just not something I spend too much time thinking about. Maybe, like I say, maybe I'm some kind of psychopath. Although I was really sad when Leslie Nielsen died from the Naked Gun films. I'm not joking about that. I love Leslie Nielsen. I'm sure when Arnold Schwarzenegger leaves his mortal coil, I'll be sad about that. But yeah, it was quite sad today because, and I know he's had the reason for him dying. I don't want to speculate. All I'm saying at this point is I know he's had his mental health struggles. When you put two and two together, so someone said that they've got a lot of mental health struggles. You know, he could have taken his own life. There, I said it. But I shouldn't really speculate or say anything. All I know is he's had mental health battles. Rather than speculate how he died, let's talk about his mental health battles, like we all have sometimes. Tyson Fury as well. Tyson Fury is annoying, especially at the moment. One thing you can say is he's been very open about his mental health, which when people do that, I did Oladipo as recently. He's in the boxing. He's in that sort of realm. Ricky Hatton was as well. Ricky Hatton is really open about his mental health battles, and as personable and likable as he was, you know, you used to hear him talk about that or anyone and you feel sorry for him, especially if he's someone that also has mental health battles. Sometimes every day for me, it can just be on a really small level anxiety wise, or it could be on a big level. Luckily I've got a very good support system and a very loving wife who's really amazing about it, and you know, he's getting much better as I get older. It's getting better, even though the world's losing its mind or whatever. I try and keep the lid on it, so it helps me. Basically, it helps people like me or anyone. If you hear a pro boxer say they also have mental health struggles, as if it helps a lot. So you've got a man that I never met him. This is my magnesium hot chocolate, by the way. It's good. It helps you sleep. Check it out. Magnesium hot chocolate. Great boxer, amazing boxer, elite boxer. He sounds like a great guy. I'm sure he's made mistakes like we all have. You know, that's a given. We all make mistakes. We all are mean pricks sometimes. As long as we're not murdering people or raping or assaulting people or whatever, or being racist or prejudiced, or he's gay, they're black, whatever. I don't give a fuck about any of that. Just be nice to people if you can. We've all made mistakes. We're all assholes, but be nice to people. He seems like a very nice guy. He seems like a personable guy from quite a close family, from what I gather. I saw some on Sky Sports about his family. Everyone loved the Hattons on the estate. And, you know, he's just a funny guy, wasn't he? I saw a video of his dad saying when he was born, he thought his missus had given birth to a baby orangutan. Yeah, despite the darkness he's already gone through, he seemed to have kept a sense of humour. It's amazing how he'd bulk up between fights and how he'd be in the pub having meat pies and stuff. And I find that amazing when fighters do that. I know you think, why would you find that amazing? But just to bulk up and then get the discipline to cut all that weight again. Paddy Pimblett does it. It's amazing to be able to bulk up. A lot of people bulk up and then they stay bulked up and they don't cut back down for whatever, unless it's a wedding or something. So a very interesting, multifaceted character. He's died. I'm not going to go into it for ages. It's very sad. He's got an amazing legacy as a boxer. He's a character. One thing in life, I guess, if people can say that you're a nice guy and a character, then you make people laugh. That was a huge thing, really, because you can have loads of money, you can have this and that, or mansions or whatever, and there's nothing wrong with having that. Don't get me wrong, but if that's your main thing and you don't treat people well, you're not a good person. Who gives a fuck? Can you bury all that stuff in your coffin with you? Essentially, at the end of the day, if you've got a funeral that people turn up to, which they will, then you must have done something right. If you're someone where no one turns up for it, you must have been a cunt, regardless of how much money or wealth or whatever you have. So Ricky Hatton, one last thing I'll say is Manchester City played Man United today, and I watched what I could of the game, but one real nice moment was they paid tribute to him. And Manchester City won 3-0 against Man United, and they kept a clean sheet. And Donnarumma was in goal for Man City. They've done pretty well. He's a good goalkeeper, so I think Ricky Hatton, I feel like they've given him a good send-off because he's a huge Man City fan. They won today 3-0. May seem irrelevant, but a little thing like that, I just thought it was nice because obviously it's sad to hear that news. But yeah, if he was looking down from heaven, if it exists, he'd have watched the football today and been like, fucking have that Man United get fucked. Haaland played really well as well. Rest in peace, Ricky Hatton. Anyway, so Andy Joshua has basically been lashing out at Tyson Fury in a social media call out where he said hopefully he'll be back soon. Punching 2 seconds. Seriously, that dog has been in my tits in today. Andy Joshua lashes out at Dippy Tyson Fury in social media call. I'll be back, hopefully punching his head in. I really like this, despite the fact I know I've said the fight's not going to happen, let's forget about it. He's reeled me back in. He's reeling people back in because Joshua's not. I didn't expect any of this. I thought it'd be like, I'm going to come back and fight Tony Yoka. I don't want to fight Tyson Fury, blah, blah, blah. He's now, I think this is the last resort, maybe. His last resort. Resorting to name calling, saying he's going to punch Tyson Fury's head in. Do you know what? You call it immature. I think it's great. I think Tyson Fury, if he doesn't take the bait, if he doesn't respond to this, he's going to look like a bit of a bitch. Don't get me wrong. Again, he could look at me and knock me out, the normal person, but if he don't respond to AJ, let's say AJ talk about him like this, he's going to look like a bit of a bitch. Imagine if any other boxer said that about him, called him Dippy, he said he's going to dance around his flicker job with ease. These are fighting words, Manny Josh, and I like it because we still want to see the fight, despite the fact that I'm like, oh, give up on it, it's not going to happen. We all still want to see it. So I think it's pretty funny. I mean, it's funny for a start, but he's basically publicly called him out. I like this. Maybe he's thought, you know what, fuck it, I want that. I want one last payday. I want to fight a two-edged Fury because they could probably do two fights, depending on what happens in first. I'm calling him out now. I've tried everything else. He may even text him and said, mate, I'm going to call you out. Go along with it. Let's start building this up now. There might already be a fight planned. You never know. There might be like the dark arts. I'll say you Dippy. You say this. You say a small cock. You say my mum's ugly. Whatever. And then we'll build the fight up. Let's get it going. I won't be surprised if that was the case. I like it. I like the fact that Andy Joshua's trying to grab the bull by the horns and he's basically saying, come and fight me, I'm going to punch your head in. Pretty much, you can't get as call out than that, can you? Someone saying, I want to fight you, I'll punch your head in. So that's the other thing that piqued my interest this week in the boxing world. The other thing is that it is confirmed that Fabio Wardley will fight Joseph Parker. So I did a video about it was near to be confirmed. It has been confirmed. I watched the press conference. I already started watching the build-up. It's a really interesting fight, I think. I really like this fight. I know people are saying Parker will dance around Wardley, but I'm not so sure. I think it's a closer fight than people think. I think Wardley is a type of boxer to me that strikes me that he'll just try and improve every single fight where he's gone wrong. And I think this will be where he closes the gap a bit more on the people that have the pedigree, the amateur background, the Olympics or whatever. I'm really looking forward to the fight. So there's not too much to say about that. Do I think Joseph Parker will win? Yeah, I still think he'll win, but I'm more like 64 now. Some people are saying Parker will dance all around Fabio Wardley. I don't know. He will hit Parker. If he can hit him clean, he will knock him out. Parker can knock Wardley out. You never know. It's heavyweights. But I'm excited. I'm looking forward to seeing the undercard for that. So what else have we got? What else have we got? What am I talking about? What else have we got? I watched Canelo Crawford this morning. I woke up and I watched Canelo Crawford this morning. And that small fight that happened that I'm mentioning after everything else. Yeah, Crawford clearly won. Crawford clearly won. Surely there's been none. I've not been on YouTube, Rock, because I wanted a slightly digital, well, not a digital free weekend because I'm doing this, but just a weekend where I'm not on YouTube and much. I don't really do social media that much. You know, let me know in the comments, has anyone been disputing that? I actually thought the scorecards were closer than they actually, I think there was a bigger gap than the scorecard suggested. To me, I thought Crawford clearly won the fight. He showed what a classy gent he is. We got to sound like Ron Burgundy. He did what he needed to. Yeah, I thought he won the fight. His jab, in the ninth round, I think he was just fighting in the pocket. He looked like he was just having fun. And I think in the ninth round, he looked anyway. It's like, I've won this fight. I just need to not get knocked out badly. I'll make a mistake and I've won this fight. So he's one of the best in the world. He's probably the best in the world after Usyk. He has been compared to Usyk like a mini Usyk, just because of his perpetual motion. He's a really impressive guy. I think he's quite an unlikable guy. A really impressive. Canelo, obviously, he's immense. Cal Froch said he's over the hill or whatnot. I wouldn't say that. I'd say he's more like, I don't know if I'd say he had a particularly off night. It's just Crawford looked really good. So yeah, Molly McCann made a professional boxing debut. Molly McCann's come over from UFC. She looked really good. I think she fought someone like an Irish-Polish woman called Radomska. She looked really good. She's really powerful. I think she might be a problem. I'm not going to say she's going to go to the top. I'll get too carried away already, but I think she'd be a problem, I think, for a lot of women because she's a bit of a brute. She's really powerful, and she was just putting a lot into her shots. She's obviously really strong. I reckon she'll be physically quite dominant in the division. There'll be a level, obviously, where she'll get to, and then it'll be harder. But I think her first few fights, she can blow through. Crocker Donovan was good. I wasn't sure what Crocker winning, to be honest. Yeah, I wasn't sure what Crocker winning. I enjoyed the fight and the card. I think arguably, with the exception of Crawford Canelo, the actual fight, I probably enjoyed the Crocker Donovan card more. It sounds weird, but I just like the DAZN presentation when they do nights like that, which aren't the biggest main events, but ones you can still enjoy with a pretty reasonable undercard, and it just runs quite fluid. The Netflix one, when I watched that was like 5 hours or something. Crocker Donovan's good. I'm not sure what the scorecard, but fair play, you know. It was close. But I think with the last couple of rounds that Donovan won, I think he won the last couple of rounds, and I think that would have won him the fight, but alas, Crocker won. So it's a pretty cool event now. UFC not chair, what are combat sports? I'm basically just like a stream of consciousness from me, this video. UFC not chair, I've not watched that. I'm still not that interested in the UFC. The only fight I'm sort of interested in is Tom Aspinall versus Cyril Gane. Just because Tom Aspinall's a really interesting guy. But I'm not bothered about UFC. I watched the press conference before Canelo Crawford. It was funny because Dana White was at the press conference and someone was talking about the Ali Act in boxing and antitrust lawsuits and stuff. And Dana White was funny. The guy was obviously like just showboating, but he put Dana White on the spot a bit, which is quite funny. Another funny thing is when they pan to Turkey Al-Sheikh in the crowd at a boxing match, and he does his little shadow boxing thing. It's really funny. It's like a little T-Rex or something, shadow boxing. But if it weren't for him, the fight arguably wouldn't be happening, so I shouldn't really take the piss. Yeah, what else? What else have we got? Got Hatton, rest in peace. Ricky Fury. Wardley Parker's been announced. Crawford, Canelo. Crawford, very, very impressive. On that card, Christian Mbili, I think he was fighting someone called Hernandez. It was Christian Bailey. It was a draw, but what an absolutely mental fight that was. I think it made me someone from Uruguay or something. It was an absolutely mad fight. One of the best fights I've seen in ages. It was ridiculous. From the first battle to the last, it was carnage. But anyway, so we're 17 minutes now. I don't know how Ricky Hatton died, but one thing I'm going to say just around like this video is if it does come out that it was to do with suicide or something. Again, I don't know if it is. To be honest, you know what? The first thing I didn't think that at first, which may have been naive of me, I don't know. But I thought because he's training for a fight, I thought he was in a good place and he's healthy. And even though I was thinking, oh, he's coming back to fight again, it wasn't like you know, fight, was it? He just wants to do something or be busy. Maybe he needed a distraction, but yeah, last thing I'll say is if you are, it sounds like a massive cliche now, people are probably rolling their eyes, but it's good that people are aware and happy to talk about mental health. In my new job, I've already spoken to people on my team, my new job about, like, they've mentioned stuff in passing or little things, and I've spoke to them about my mental health or whatever, and then they've spoken more because you could tell they were like, sometimes with people they don't want to say, oh, because they're like privacy, which is fair enough, like me. Sometimes they don't, and they wait for someone else to say something, and it all comes out, and they're happy to talk about it. But yeah, just talk about it if you're struggling with your mental health. Like, I'll be honest, like, I'll give you a little roundup on my mental health. Like, I struggle sometimes, but I'm lucky that I have a really supporting, amazing wife, and a good supporting network and people I can talk to if I'm really struggling. I don't usually get to that time where I have to message someone and say I'm really struggling, but it has happened before. I think anxiety is a big one for me. Some days it's great, some days I'll have my triggers, like the world's losing its mind. That's a big trigger. Just the world's gone fucking crazy. That's why I try and avoid sort of negative stuff, that the news media, negative people preaching or whatever. I try and avoid that because although it may be construed as ignorant, it just sets me off a bit, and sometimes I find it depressing. I'd rather watch or read about boxing or music or something, or movies. Again, I know it's ignorant, but we all have our thing, don't we? Some people like Pokemon Go. I don't, but if that makes you happy, fair play to you. Some people like watching Power Slap. Some people like collecting stamps. Who gives a fuck? If it makes you happy, whatever. If something doesn't make you happy or it's affecting you mentally, try and avoid it. I know they say you shouldn't avoid stuff completely because you should get comfortable with being uncomfortable, but you can adapt that in different ways. You don't have to sit and listen to bullshit or negativity from anyone. No one will say you have to do that. I think it's more embracing discomfort to better your life and all that stuff. Anyway, to round off the video, if you are struggling, just reach out to someone. It's not like, it's definitely not weak. It actually takes a lot of strength to sit down and say to someone, no, do you know when you're always asking if I'm okay? And I always say I am, and you assume I am because I'm like a grown man or a grown woman or whatever, and I don't seem, you know, I'm not actually okay. So I am struggling. I need your help. But can you help? Like I say, I don't have to do that often, but when I do, I have good people in front of me that help me out quite a lot. And hopefully I'm there for when they need help as well. That's one big thing as well. If you could just help someone, it'll be nice. It'll make you feel better. But speak out about it. Tell someone. Anyway, I'm going to stop ranting now. People watching this video will be like, this guy is mental, which I am. I will be admitting that to everyone. But it's just the video is really random, and the main bullet points are Ricky Hatton and the AJ Fury thing, and then some other stuff. Anyway, I'm gonna go now. It's Monday tomorrow. I hope you have a good week. Do stuff you need to in the morning to set yourself up for Monday. If you get Monday and Tuesday over with, and you have a good Monday and Tuesday, usually the rest of the week is a piece of cake, and we'll see what happens. And thanks for watching my videos as usual. Comment, like, subscribe. If you agree or disagree with what I've said, or if you just want to talk about anything at all, movies, mental health, Power Slap, UFC, football, Hull City. No one wants to talk about Hull City, but I like Hull City. I'm a Hull City fan. Anyway, peace out, Nick, CPF Boxing. Thank you. Cheers. I'll see you on the next one. I think I just nicked it off True Geordie, but fuck it. I'll see you next time. That's all, folks.